Hi, I'm Holly, and thanks for joining me today on my channel, Smile by Holly. So today I'm going to show you just how simple it is to make a basic shaker shape. You know, shaker shapes and shaker cards are so fun. So let's go ahead and make a basic shaker shape today. So I'm going to take this real basic flower pattern. Let's go ahead and get rid of the inside pieces. And I've made a graphic over here just to kind of show you so you can visualize the different parts that we need for our shaker shape. So we've got our background or our base, and I am going to be cutting my base out of a cute pattern paper. I think it looks really cute when you have a pattern paper on the bottom, then your cute little sequins with the clear acetate, and then the pattern paper shows through. So you can decide if you want to use pattern paper or just regular plain cardstock. Then let's go ahead and duplicate this, and this is going to be our piece that we're going to cut out of acetate. Now the reason my acetate piece is going to be the same size is basically the shaker is the whole entire shape of the flower. So if we were going to be making, let me just show you, a square shaker shape. Let me make that line a little bit thicker. And our window to our shaker was going to be much smaller. Let me put that up. Obviously, your piece of acetate would only need to be the size of the window. Okay, does that make sense? But where our flower is going to be the entire shaker, that's why our acetate is the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And let's duplicate it, and let's talk about the inner piece. Now, for this inner piece, I'm actually going to be cutting out 7 different pieces of this. Let's go ahead and do the offset, and I'll show you what I mean. So we're just going to select it, and instead of doing an offset like we would do for a print and cut when you want that cute white border around it, we are going to do an internal offset. And you see how that makes it just slightly smaller. And so this is going to be the actual piece for the shaker card. Now, what you can do is you can see how thin this area around the outside of the flower is. It's very small. So instead of layering, taking the 7 pieces of the flower and layering it, you wanted to use some foam tape for this. You would probably want to go up here and change your offset. Now, if you are watching the offset on the inside of the flower, you can see how the distance has actually gotten bigger. So that would make it a little bit easier for you if you were wanting to put foam tape right around here on the outside. But for today, we are just going to do a regular internal offset, and we're going to layer our pieces. So the thickness of the offset, I think this will be just fine. Now let's duplicate it one more time, and I'm going to show you kind of a fun little addition you can do. And this is a great idea if you want to make your shaker shape, maybe, have a little loop on it for a keychain or a key ring, or, a little dangle. And so I'm going to go over here to the shape pattern and grab my oval, and I'm just going to make an oval right here. Alrighty, and then I'm going to center it on there a little bit. I'm not being exact, and it doesn't need to be, but that looks good. Now I'll select both of those. Select both of those, and we're going to weld these together. Okay, so now the oval is actually part of my flower shape. So I'm going to go back over here to the shape, and I'm going to make another smaller oval, which would be, maybe for the actual ring or dangle to go through. So let's go ahead and move that up or move that down. There we go. Okay, so when this cuts out, it will have that little loop and then the hole cut out. So it would make just a darling, darling little dangle, and I can't wait to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out these pieces, and then we'll make ourselves a shaker. So I'll meet you back in just 1 minute. Okay, so we've got everything cut out. We've got our background paper, we've got our acetate, we've got our 7 layers of the internal offset that we made. And then we've got our little backing that is optional, but has that cute loop, and I'll show you how much fun this is when we get done. So what we're going to start out with is, once again, I've got 7 of these inner flowers that we're actually just going to glue right on top of each other. And what this is going to do is just make a good base. Rather than using foam tape, this is going to give us the thickness we need for our shaker. So I'm just going to put this on fast forward, and I'm just going to glue these one by one right on top of each other, and you can see what a great effect this makes for a fun shaker. Okay, so we've got 6 of the shapes all glued together, and you can see the thickness. And I do reserve just one of the little shapes to put after we lay our acetate piece down. So I'm just going to glue one more time, and we're going to set our acetate piece down on top. And by saving just one last outer rim, we can make it kind of more a finished look, and I'll show you. So we've got, that's going to be hard to see, but we've got the acetate piece now on, and I'm just going to add one more outer lining of the glue, and then we'll put our 7th piece just on top, just to kind of finish it off nice and neat. Okay, do you see how thick that is? That is going to be just perfect for when we put our little shaker elements inside. You get it glued down real good. Okay, isn't that great? Okay, now we can go ahead and push that down, make sure it's dry. Today I'm just going to be using some confetti sprinkles that I got at Hobby Lobby in the bakery department. Now, I know there's a lot of different opinions whether to use this. Of course, if they were to get wet, they could get soggy and the colors could smear, but I plan on sealing this really good. So I actually use confetti sprinkles all the time in some of my shaker cards. So we're just gonna put a few in there. And it's just a different option for your crafting. Okay, and then we will take our base piece. I'm just gonna line the outer edge of that. You can either line that piece or just go back to our outer flower shape. And we'll set this on top. Before I do that, I want to make sure my sprinkles are all good and flat. There we go. This will help so that they actually shake. Okay, let's flip it over and look at how cute that is. And this is where that extra piece goes if you wanted to do that. So this is the piece that we made with the little cutout, and I am just gonna glue this onto the back. You know, all these extra pieces just make your shaker card that much more sturdy, so I think it's great. We'll add that onto the back. And then there you go. You've got a little dangle right there. And I've made these in a couple of different sizes. I made a smaller one here. I'm getting kind of a glare. Let me turn that down. So here's our cute little shaker cards, and I've made a smaller one that I think will also add our little background on. I can see this would be so adorable just hanging off of, you know, a cute card or a cute gift. So there are our fun little shakers, our shaker shapes. I hope you found this easy. You know, once you learn how to make your own shapes, the possibilities are endless. So thank you so much for joining me today. It was fun making these with you. Hey, if you got some value out of the video, give me a big thumbs up. I would also love to have you subscribe to my channel. So happy crafting, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great night. Bye-bye.